Closed captioning is brought to you by IT&E Life in Motion. KUAM News Headlines is presented by Calvo's Insurance, a legacy of trust. Serving Micronesia since 1938. Matson Navigation, serving Guam and Micronesia for 20 years. Cars Plus, Dodge Challenger, the undisputed champion. IP&E, fueling excellence. McDonald's of Guam, I'm loving it. And King's Restaurant, located in Tamuning and Dedido. Always open, always local.
The more than 100 clergy sex abuse lawsuits go before the court. Crystal Paco has the very latest. Plus, one of your lawmakers is calling for an oversight hearing to find out why the island's university and other educational facilities are cash-strapped. And also tonight, what's being done to revive the tourism industry on Guam? Nestor Lecanto has that story.
Hafa adai, everybody, and good evening. I'm Jason Salas alongside Sabrina Salas-Matanani. Thank you for tuning in tonight or streaming us live. Well, settlement talks have not even started and parties are already at odds. Status hearings were held in both the local and federal courts today for the 133 clergy sex abuse lawsuits that have been filed to date. And as Crystal Paco reports in tonight's top story, there has been a back and forth. At issue, 2 sticking points plaintiffs refuse to negotiate on.
Assuming we have no format for mediation worked out, then we need to start picking some dates.
We've all talked about that.
Parties have 45 days to figure out mediation protocol. If not, Judge Michael Bordalio recommended parties abandon settlement talks and head to trial.
We will come back. If you guys don't work out the mediation, the format for a mediation in 45 days, then the court is going to set scheduling orders and we'll see what we can do. In the meantime, if it looks like mediation is not going forward, then I want the parties to need to talk about whether we're going to consolidate some of these cases, what can be consolidated, what can't, and how we're going to try the matters and in what order.
Attorney John Terlahi is local counsel for the Archdiocese of Agana, and attorney Anthony Perez represents a number of alleged victims who filed suit in the local court. Both advise there's been a back and forth since parties met in Hawaii last month.
Your Honor, we sent over our proposed protocol for the mediation. That was, we're still awaiting a substantive reply from the plaintiffs.
Regarding the mediation protocol, the meetings in Hawaii, the main sticking points were made clear to the defendants. They were put in writing.
These sticking points were revealed in federal court late this afternoon. According to Archdiocese of Agana stateside legal counsel Michael Patterson, one of the issues is when payouts should be made in the event settlement talks are successful. Also at issue is whether or not these cases should be handled individually or globally. Parties have agreed on some terms, including using both Tony Piazza and federal judge Alex Munson as mediators. They've also agreed to fly out to Minnesota at the end of this month to depose 96-year-old Father Louis Brouillard.
We have set up a deposition for Father Brouillard, who is probably the main perpetrator, and that will come at the end of the month.
Chief Judge Francis Tedinko Gatewood urged parties to get moving, considering there are already 10 alleged deceased abusers. She also ordered counsel for Archbishop Anthony Apron to participate in a judicial settlement conference, despite previous statements they would not be interested in settlement due to Apron's pending verdict from his canonical trial in Rome. A follow-up hearing in the local court is set for November 28th, with another to follow in the federal court on December 21st. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Crystal Paco.
Another lawsuit filed just as church status hearings wrapped up late this afternoon. A 40-year-old man with the initials PP alleges he was sexually molested by Raymond Cepeda from 1992 through 1999 when he was a priest at the Santa Barbara Catholic Church in Dedido. The alleged abuse started as sexual comments, touching, massages, fondling, and groping on a daily basis. The abuse ultimately resulted in masturbation and oral copulation. Others knew about the abuse as PP states a retreat facilitator walked in on one of the incidents. He also reports telling Monsignor Zoilo Camacho, who told him to meet with Archbishop Anthony Apron. Apron allegedly told him that PP needs to pray about these types of evil in the world and that PP would get over it if he prayed about it. He also tried to meet with spiritual director Father Adrian Cristobal, who reportedly shunned him away. PP is suing for $5 million. Cepeda, meanwhile, was defrocked in 2009 or 2010.
In other island news headlines, evidence that was sent to the FBI for testing, including DNA samples, are in. But a new issue delays a trial setting for two men charged with the aggravated murder of Manila man Gilbert Alvarez Jr. In court Tuesday, defense attorney Jay Arreola stated that he's received the reports but needs time to secure an expert witness. Earlier this year, Alvarez was found lifeless on the side of the road, and prior to his passing, court documents state that Malo Sali and A. Last Cimarron asked him for a ride home and allegedly conspired to beat him and then steal his truck. A follow-up hearing has been set for the middle of November.
He'll spend nearly 3.5 years behind bars. 30-year-old Peter Ogo Jr. was sentenced in federal court today. He and others were caught depositing fake checks into multiple bank accounts and withdrawing the cash from ATMs before the banks could notice. They collected over $70,000 from May 2014 through July that same year. Ogo will have to pay back a total of $5,200.
A shocking story comes to us from Dedido, and it happened early Sunday morning as a 17-year-old girl was reportedly asleep when she awoke to an intruder sticking his hand through her bedroom window and fondling her breasts. The man was identified as 27-year-old Emson Matthias. Court documents state that he asked the girl's father not to call the police because they were from the same island in Chuuk. While being placed under arrest, he reportedly resisted and tried to enter another home. Matthias was arrested and charged with 2nd and 4th degree criminal sexual conduct, criminal trespass, and resisting arrest.
A brief scare at a local high school after a threat was found on a bathroom stall. DOE Superintendent John Fernandez confirms a bomb threat forced students and staff at George Washington High School to shelter in place today. Fernandez says the bomb threat was found written in a restroom stall at the home of the Geckos. Based on a risk assessment matrix, school officials initiated the shelter in place at 11:04 a.m. GPD also responded and gave the all clear 20 minutes later.
Elsewhere on Island today, financial woes at public schools, the island's university, and the community college. There is no doubt these are a constant struggle for education facilities, yet the problem has gotten the attention of the legislative speaker, and now he is calling DOA to take the hot seat for an oversight hearing. Valerie Maige reports.
UOG student Maria De Lohan is in her 3rd year at the university.
This is a university, and we're the only university on Guam, so it's really important for us to have our finances set, especially for the students as well as the faculty here.
So you can imagine her frustration when learning about the funding woes at the one place she attends to help her get ahead in life. It's a problem the president of the university is all too familiar with.
First of all, we can't hire on a regular basis, so we have to rely more on adjunct professors.
University of Guam President Dr. Robert Underwood says the school's budget is set for $30.7 million. He admits they're still missing about 30% of that. Underwood says $9.7 million from the FY17 appropriation is still outstanding, making it difficult to hire teachers and maintain facilities at the university.
That means that we, have to dip into a pool because we have to save money. It also means that the students are shortchanged because when you have a regular full-time faculty member, they're teaching courses, they're giving you counseling, they're meeting with you after class, they're doing all the things that a full-time faculty member does, and we're not getting that kind of service because we can only hire adjuncts.
Additionally, Underwood says they are unable to fund maintenance costs at UOG. While they anticipated about $3.4 million in funding for that purpose, those funds were deferred and used for operations and payroll. Underwood, meanwhile, says UOG can't continue to work in this manner.
We cannot afford that this year. The students deserve better, the university deserves better, and the community deserves better.
The money issues include Guam DOE and the Guam Community College as well. DOE reportedly $3.6 million short, while GCC shortage is at $3 million. GCC spokeswoman Jane Flores says they are in constant contact and have a good working relationship with DOE officials. Flores adding the college is working to get those funds. Its funds, De Lohan argues, should never be held up.
In order for us to run and keep on going, we really need that money.
Money so that the island students can keep getting the best learning experience possible. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Valerie Maige.
An oversight hearing with DOA is scheduled for the 31st at the Guam Congress Building.
And there are more concerns over accountability at the Guam Academy Charter School, with the issue having been brought up during a work session between education stakeholders today. Isa Baza has our next story.
Guam Education Board Chair Maria Gutierrez and Vice Chair Mark Mendiola spoke out before the Charter Council on Tuesday.
I'm seriously pondering this now.
Questionable financial management at Guam Academy Charter School.
We want the council here to really hold them accountable in how the fundings are spent, how the laws are followed.
I
think the department has done its fair share in basically trying to guide them and give them the direction. And when we raise the question of questionable expenditures, you know, it's like there's no response. How do you hold someone accountable for that if they don't want to respond, they don't want to engage?
The meeting between the board members and Charter Council comes on the heels of a Department of Education internal audit review of GACs that found questionable financial practices and probable noncompliance to Guam procurement law. For example, the 40-page report found that the school requested $200,000 more than it was appropriated by Guam law. DOE Chief Auditor Frank Cooper-Nurse.
We found in many cases duplicate invoices trying to be drawn down accounts. Invoices that we paid 2 months ago that they're trying to submit and get reimbursed for.
In addition, $478,000 worth of GACs invoices have failed to be validated by DOE's internal audit office due to issues ranging from procurement deficiencies to the questionable nature of the use of government funds. Long-term debt was also a concern with Superintendent John Fernandez, questioning who's responsible if a charter fails.
Is it DOE or is it the government of Guam that is exposed? And if so, were these contracts entered into properly and legally?
Gutierrez asked the council to lobby the legislature for the resources needed to effectively manage the charter schools, which use over $8 million in public funds. Meanwhile, the council and board will be working together to make recommendations to the Guam legislature on how best to amend the existing charter law to improve accountability. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Isa Baza.
Stay tuned. We're back with more news after the break.
There are more ways to experience KUAM News than any other source on Guam. Download the KUAM News app for your Apple or Android device for 24/7 news, sports, videos, weather, streaming, KUAM radio, and important news alerts. And stay connected at home with Guam's first app for Apple TV. All available now from the App Store.
When we face an uncertain path, when we struggle with life's challenges, and when the unexpected happens, it's a beautiful day. We rely on the people we trust, it's a beautiful, who we can always count on. Beautiful day. And to the ones who give us the most care throughout the years. Rely on Calvo's Select Care to give you the comfort and security you need wherever you are. Calvo's Select Care, health care that's always there for you.
At ITNE and get double data on the network that gives you more.
It's Hyundai's Kickoff the Savings event going on now at Cars Plus and Mighty. Score big, save big with the all-new redesigned Hyundai Sonata Hybrid. Gain those extra yards with up to 45 miles per gallon highway and an introductory savings of $4,500. Or check out Guam's best offensive line, like a new Accent starting at $11,995 or the new Elantra starting at $16,995. How about the new Tucson starting at $19,995? Plus, every new Hyundai gets Guam's best warranty. It's Hyundai's Kickoff the Savings event at Cars Plus and Mighty. Cars Plus, driven by you.
When you know what you want and you want it great, look no further than Ruby Tuesday's new Steakhouse Sensations menu. Choose from a 20-ounce dry aged prime bone-in ribeye or an 8-ounce filet mignon tenderloin. Either steak seared to your preference and served with 2 specialty sides like the Nancy mashed potatoes, grilled asparagus, or roasted Brussels sprouts. Enjoy surf and turf and add a succulent lobster tail or tender grilled salmon fillet to complete your meal. This plus a whole lot more. It's Steakhouse Sensations for a limited time and only at Ruby Tuesday Guam.
Connect with KUAM News. Find us on your favorite social media platform. Follow us and stay in the know with Guam's news leader.
Afternoon, welcome back. The National Guard's investigation into the conduct of Senator Fernando Esteves is still in progress, but the top leaders decided the Guard will no longer be publicly discussing it. Esteves is a soldier in the Army Guard. An official review was opened after he took part in a protest that briefly blocked a road in front of Anderson's main gate in September. He was also overheard shouting for the base commander to get off the golf course. According to a Guard spokesperson, Adjutant General Roderick Leon Guerrero has reviewed processes and procedures and determined it is a personnel matter and no further comment will be made.
Elsewhere, a high-level meeting on the continued decline in Japanese visitor arrivals is set for this week, with Tourism Chairman Senator Dennis Rodriguez Jr. saying the downturn and its growing drag on the local economy, Bree, is concerning.
He wants to hear from industry and government leaders on what needs to be done to reverse it. Nestor Lecanto reports.
Rodriguez has invited top officials from the Visitors Bureau, the Guam Hotel and Restaurant Association, the airport, GITA, Rev and Tax, and the Budget Bureau. He wants to know what's happening with a once rock-solid Japanese market.
I think this regional events with North Korea is just exacerbating it. But clearly there's a root problem to this, and we're seeing the decline in the #1 market over the past few years. And we got to get to the bottom of it and then look at how we can mitigate this.
GVB statistics show a steady drop over the last 4 years, from 893,000 Japanese arrivals in 2013 to 745,000 last year.
Whether it's our product here, whether it's not, it's not attractive anymore to this one segment, to this one market, although it's proving to be very attractive to another market, we have to really be able to balance this out.
Korean arrivals have boosted the market, but Rodriguez says there's no apparent reason why Japan can't still also. He cites reports that show the overall Japanese outbound market is up, yet Guam's is down.
Right off the bat, I don't think dumping any more money into what we've been doing over the past few years is going to work. We got to look at what the strategy is and perhaps take a different approach.
The Tourism Roundtable is scheduled for Friday. For Guam's News Network, I'm Nestor Lecanto.
Well, a bill to help the Solid Waste Authority transition from federal receivership to public sector control was vetoed Friday by Governor Calvo. He says an amendment to the bill that precludes the GSWA from automatically taking on existing bond debt actually violates bond covenants. GovGuam borrowed the money to pay for the closure of the old Ordet dump, with repayment of the bond coming directly from Section 30 funds, with the agency then obligated to pay back the general fund. The governor says the reimbursement is a legal and contractual obligation, which the legislature cannot change. The Guam Solid Waste Authority is expected to take over full management of the trash system in December. It's been under court-ordered federal control since 2008, stemming from violations of the Federal Clean Water Act.
If you own a mobile phone, chances are you received this message from the Joint Information Center Mass Notification System today. It's part of the first ever SMS mass notification testing. The test started at 10:30 this morning in collaboration with the island's 4 telecommunication carriers. Residents reported receiving the message within minutes, within hours, or not at all. Office of Civil Defense Administrator Charles Esteves says the agency is working to improve the system and to address shortfalls. He adds multiple means of communication would be used in the event of an actual emergency.
Saturday at the Hilton Resort Guam, in front of family and friends, Guam Fire Department Fire Chief Joey Sinicolas and Governor Eddie Calvo recognized 16 newly promoted fire captains. Chief Sinicolas stated it's crucial to have strength and stability in these leadership positions in order to maintain the security and the safety of the people of the island.
Standing before you are the result of a process that was intended to identify the best leadership for our organization, objectively. And by their presence today, they have demonstrated that they possess the potential to perform at this rank.
Sinicolas says that he has complete confidence in these men and commended all the hard work they've endured to get to this point. Congratulations, gentlemen.
Sports is coming up next, but first here's weather.
From the network that brought you up to 3 times more data comes the dawn of a new data. The epic story of Guam's only network brave enough to give 10 free gigs of bonus data on every line every month to customers who bundle their services. Reviewers are calling the offer totes awesome, best deal ever, and yes.
Visit gta.net for details.
The Down Syndrome Association of Guam exists to support families of individuals with Down syndrome. We're a group of parents who have children with Down syndrome and know the joys and challenges of raising them. For more information about the health, development, and education of a child or adult with Down syndrome, please contact Vicky Areola at 472-6114.
Hi, Dad.
Warm up with the new Peking pork. Delicious crisp pork chop bites with hand-cut bell peppers and onions, wok-tossed in a sweet and sour glaze. New at Panda Express, where good fortune smiles.
At Island Cancer Center, we treat our patients and their families like our family. We have all been touched by cancer, and it is important to feel comfortable and secure under the care of our health professionals. You can count on us for skilled cancer specialists, the most advanced cancer-fighting technology on the island, and a commitment to caring for you or your loved one with compassion, respect, and empathy. Our family, treating your family.
Island Cancer Center, located on Guam Medical Plaza. Visit us at islandcancercenter.com or call 646-3363.
KUAM Sports is presented by Triple J.
Off a day, Marianas Mates, Tuesday. Hey, we got a great little feature for you. Playmakers, let's get right to it.
GNYFF Playmakers, presented by Triple J Ford Youth Football League. Strength, commitment, community.
Hey, my name is Bryce. I play for the Island Broncos. My position is quarterback and running back.
Hi, my name is Kaden Leonard Buthen. I play for the Island Broncos, and my positions are running back and quarterback.
My team is awesome because we play all the time.
My team is awesome because we keep on winning.
My favorite NFL team is Seahawks.
My favorite NFL team is the Broncos.
When I grow up, I want to be a cop.
When I grow up, I want to be a fighter.
Hi, my name is Drake Blas. I play for the Cinnabon Island Broncos, Monroe Division.
My name is Isaac Charfus. I play for the Cinnabon Island Broncos for the Monroe Division. My team is awesome because we play as a team and we work so hard.
My favorite NFL team is the Seattle Seahawks.
My name is Tyler Salas. I play for the Cinnabon Island Broncos, and I play running back for the Monroe Division. I like to play football because I like hitting hard. I learned from my coach is to work hard together.
Watch my great-grandson play the football game.
Buenas and Happy Day, Guam. We're here at the Eagles field to watch Mr. Jaden Hernandez play for the Cinnabons Broncos.
I love youth football because my nephew Jaden Hernandez is the bomb. Go Island Broncos, Cinnabons!
My name is Jaden Hernandez. I represent the Island Broncos. I play defensive end and offense running back.
Half a day, I'm Austin Villagomez. I represent the Cinnabon Island Broncos. My position on defense is end, and offense I play slot.
Hi, my name is Jana Kiticha. I represent for the Island Broncos,
and my position is defense tackle.
Hello, my name is Nicholas Sananich. I represent the Cinnabon Island Broncos. My position on offense is wide receiver, and for defense is cornerback.
My favorite NFL team is the Dallas Cowboys.
The most valuable lesson I learned from my coach.
The team high 21 points. Merwin Martin cancels the pull-up three from up top, dishing it to Abigail Martin. The ball fed to Sean Wan. Turn around. Just outside the paint. No good. Board by Brandon Duenas. Giving it back to Merwin Martin. Magic. Martin finishing with 21 points. Teammate Brandon Duenas led all scorers with 27. All right. Hey, we got another Playmakers for you tomorrow. Remember, KUAM Sports proudly brought to you by Triple J. Esta Gupa, Guausi Chris. Adios.
Take on the unseen with a car that checks your blind spots. The Nissan Maxima, Altima, and Sentra.
In every moment I capture, I take note of every little detail, every tiny spark, every single word, every second of a moment, every hour of a day. I always give enough love to make these little things come together. Then I take note of how I made bigger things happen.
Enjoy your special day. Birthday wishes also going out tonight to Stephanie Ann Cordero. Love your entire family. Also, happy birthday simply to Andrea. Happy birthday from all of us at KUAM and Cold Stone Creamery. Zasha Sky Pinala also blew out the candles today. So happy birthday to you, and happy belated birthday wishes to a pair of birthday babies on this day, Amaya Leon Guerrero and Joseph Carlos Laguana. Joseph had birthday number 10. All right, now you too can be part of the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club and smile. All you got to do is go to KUAM.com and register. Speaking of smile, and speaking of the fact that the entire crew is up here right now and we're all holding phones, we are smiling because one of our very own is leaving us, but she's going off to much broader responsibilities. But her heart is always going to be here. Veteran reporter Valerie Maige. Congratulations.
I'm going to miss you so much.
Okay,
Thank you so much for everything. I'm going to miss you guys. You
Okay.
guys are awesome. My family, my KUAM family, thank you so much for everything. I'm forever grateful for the experiences that I've had here, to come back into news, to come back here specifically. Team KUAM, we got this, Guam.
You've done this kind of work before.
Yeah.
She's really, really good, you guys, and we wish you all the very best. You're good at everything you do, and we have no doubt you're going to be a tremendous success.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
And we'll see you on the air.
Yes, you will.
Group hug.
Group hug.
Bye, Val. Viva Val.
Bye, everybody. Thanks for watching.
Closed captioning is brought to you by IT&E Life in Motion. Health, home, and lifestyle. Presented by